I was not exposed to FTX, but my biggest exposure was Terra. I think that was one of the biggest catastrophes in the last few years. I got panicked. I recovered most of my funds, but I think it is important to understand that within that decentralized system, it was a centralized decision point that made it collapse.
Hey guys, so we're with Melissa from S21, based in Bali. We're here at the Philippine Blockchain Week. I want to ask this question: FTX collapse. What are you doing right now? First, as a crypto investor. Second, as someone who's building on top of all of this.
Currently, I'm an advisor in decentralized volunteering platform, decentralized DeVol protocol, and I'm giving speeches about decentralized system, its importance and core values of open blockchain, and building a decentralized system to empower communities and individuals totally on-chain.
When it collapsed, from an investor standpoint, what did you do? Did you panic? Did you get out? What was going on in your mind?
I was not exposed to FTX, but my biggest exposure was Terra. I think that was one of the biggest catastrophes in the last few years. I got panicked. I recovered most of my funds, but I think it is important to understand that within that decentralized system, it was a centralized decision point that made it collapse. It just come up stronger.
What do you think is the biggest learning that people can get from this entire debacle with FTX collapsing, Luna collapsing, and all of the things that's going on?
I think we just need to stop trying to see it only as a financial product, but also adopt the core values, because there is no such thing as getting the benefits of financial products without adopting the core values like self-sovereignty, owning your own assets. I think education and getting involved with more values that is not directly financial is going to be really important for the next.
What if Bitcoin drops even further? What will you do? Because I'm sure a lot of people right now are a bit scared about they invested at a very, very high price and they're uneasy. If it was you, what would we do?
First of all, Bitcoin price depending on the other person or what someone else willing to pay. I think that is a little bit misleading, because the whole value of the system is the trust it creates without any authority, without any ruler, governor. So I think it's going to be there and it's going to be adopted by more and more people. But if it drops drastically, which did in the past, and it's just important to look at the previous cycles, and there's a reason we call OGs to OGs, because they survived so many of those crises basically. So I think going back to the basics and looking at the charts and looking at the history and then making a decision would be really important.
Well said. But what I got from whatever you're saying, whatever you said, was you know it very well. That's why you have conviction for it. That to last long in this entire space also, you need to know what you're getting into. You need to study so that you're not just relying on whatever people will say as well. How can people reach you?
People can reach me on LinkedIn, Melissa Kurtcan, Kurtcan. We have the community S21. You can look up, and we're based in Bali, organizing seminars with other decentralized system enthusiasts.
Got it. So I'll put the links down in the description. See you all again soon.
Thank you.